This week is Shabbat Chazon, the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av, the most tragic day on the Jewish calendar. And on Tisha B'Av we read the book of Eicha, Lamentations, which begins with the words Eicha Yashva Badad. How is it that the city that was so full of people now sits alone? And indeed we find in the Parsha itself the use of this word, where Moshe, who is relating to the Jewish people their travails in the wilderness, and how it was so difficult for him to deal with the nation as a single person. And therefore he had to ask Hashem to help him appoint judges. And he says to the Jewish people, and we actually read it in the tune of Lamentations, Eicha esa levadi torchachem umasachem veribchem. How is it that I could bear by myself torchachem, your bothersomeness, umasachem, your burden, veribchem, and the fact that you were so quarrelsome and that you were such grumblers. And Rashi says that this teaches us that they were tarchanim. They really went to a lot of bother. They bothered Moshe. If they lost a case in the Beth Din, they wouldn't accept it. They'd say, we have more witnesses to bring. We can bring more judges. Masachem, they placed a very heavy burden upon Moshe. They were always suspecting him of something. If he left early in the morning, they would say, well, is there a problem with Moshe in his house, that he's leaving early? If he would leave late, they would say, is there a problem that Moshe is plotting against us? Veribchem, and their quarrels. They were rognim, they were always grumbling and complaining about something. And this brings us to the heart of Tisha B'Av. As the Talmud tells us, that the first temple was destroyed because of the three cardinal sins, murder, immorality, and idolatry. And the second temple was destroyed because of sinat chinam, because of causeless hatred. And this is what Moshe was saying, although he was speaking to his generation, that there was this ribchem, there were these quarrels between people. And the Netziv, Rav Naftali Tzvi Yehuda Berlin, the famous Rosh Yeshiva of the Volozhin Yeshiva, writes in the introduction to one of the books of the Chumash something incredible. He says that in that generation, there were people who were tzaddikim, they were righteous, chassidim, they were pious, they were great Torah studies, they toiled in Torah. So why is it that the temple was destroyed in that generation? He says because Hashem is mo'es, Hashem is repulsed by tzaddikim like that. Why? Because those tzaddikim, when they looked at other Jews, and these other Jews were God-fearing, and these other Jews were Torah observant, but they weren't exactly like them. They didn't follow exactly their customs. They looked down on them and they called them nasty names. Tzadukim, you Sadducees. Apikorsim, you non-believers. If you're not practicing Judaism 100% the same as me, and these were all Orthodox Jews, then I've got nothing to do with you. And that's why the temple was destroyed. This is a terrible indictment, and unfortunately it's something that has remained with the Jewish people for all times. That there are different sects, and all of these sects are God-fearing, observant Jews. But they look at the other sect, the other group, and they say, well, they don't keep Judaism like I do. So they are a non-believer, and they are apostle, they're invalid. The Hasidim invalidate the Misnagdim, and the Litvaks invalidate the Hasidim, and the Ashkenazim, the Sfardim, and the Sfardim, the Moroccans, etc. They can all be righteous and learned, but Hashem is mo'es. He despises such tzaddikim. So let's use this opportunity of Shabbat Chazon and Tisha B'Av to repair the sin of sinat chinam, of causeless hatred, and bring achdus, bring oneness and unity to the Jewish people, and please God the Geula Shlema, the full redemption of our people. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom.